They did it again. This move wasn't just bold, it was a total, all-out commitment to reshaping the defense, and let me tell you, it got the entire NFL talking. The Falcons front office, led by General Manager Terry Fontenot, made a jaw-dropping trade that sent their 2026 first-round pick, their 2025 second-round pick, and a 7th-round pick to the 26th overall draft pick. All this for one man, who they're betting all their chips on. But was it worth it? Let's talk about it, so enjoy this video and follow along. James Pierce Jr., the explosive edge rusher from the University of Tennessee. Buckle up, Falcons Nation, because this move isn't just about adding a player. It's about changing the DNA of this defense. Fontenot himself said it best. At some point, you have to look at who's the player and what's going to be. What are we really getting, and is it worth it? When you have that kind of conviction and belief in the player, then that's when you're willing to do it, and we do. And that conviction? It's crystal clear. Let's get into why. James Pierce Jr. isn't just any pass rusher. He's a certified menace off the edge. Over the last 2 seasons, no player in the entire SEC had more quarterback pressures than him, 107 to be exact. You want sacks? He's got 17.5 of them in just 2 years. This is a franchise that ranks dead last in sacks since 2018, folks. If anyone needed Pierce, it's Atlanta. But it's not just the numbers. This guy's measurables are off the charts. At the 2025 NFL Combine, Pierce clocked an insane 4.47 seconds in the 40-yard dash, the fastest among all edge rushers. Let that sink in. That's 97th percentile speed. Combine that with his length, burst, and freakish athleticism, and you've got a pass rusher that terrifies offensive tackles before the ball is even snapped. Defensive coordinator Jeff Ulbrich was straight up giddy talking about him. If you looked at the best rushers in this draft, you could have made a case that he was the best one from a pure edge element, he said. That's not smoke, that's a coaching staff all in on a guy they believe can be a game wrecker for years to come. Of course, the pre-draft process wasn't without its concerns. Questions about Pierce's football makeup surfaced. But the Falcons? They did their homework. Fontenot described it as an exhaustive process. Multiple meetings with Pierce, his coaches, and those close to him gave Atlanta all the confidence they needed that Pierce wasn't just the right player, he was the right person to bring into this locker room. And here's where it gets even more exciting. Pierce isn't coming into Atlanta as the lone savior of this pass rush. Oh no. This offseason has been an all-out assault on fixing this defensive line. The Falcons also brought in proven veterans Leonard Floyd and Morgan Fox, plus drafted linebacker Jalen Walker at number 15 overall, a player they expect to line up primarily on the edge as a rookie. This is no longer a unit relying on hope. This is a unit built on waves of relentless pressure. Defensive line coach Nate Ollie summed it up perfectly. It's getting like waves of pass rush. We have waves of pass rush. When guys get tired, we talk about having no weak links and not missing a beat. Imagine being an offensive line trying to deal with Floyd on one play, then Pierce on the next, and then Walker bringing the heat right after. It's a nightmare scenario. Assistant GM Kyle Smith couldn't hide his excitement either. What you're going to see is speed. I mean, there's juice in his body and twitch and explosion instinct. That juice is exactly what's been missing from Atlanta's pass rush for far too long. The schematic impact here is massive. For years, the Falcons have struggled to generate pressure with just 4 rushers, forcing them into blitz-heavy schemes that left the secondary exposed. But with Pierce's ability to pull offensive tackles wide, it opens up interior rush lanes for defensive tackles like Rook Orhororo and David Onyemata. Suddenly, what used to be a desperate blitz becomes a suffocating 4-man rush that lets the back 7 lock down the field. And that's just one layer of why Atlanta made this move. They didn't want to wait another year. They didn't want to hope that someone like Pierce or Walker would fall to them in 2026. As Kyle Smith said, if we're going into next year, we were hoping that Jalen Walker would be there next year, James Pierce would be there next year to take another pressure player. Well, this year we're sitting there, and we've got an opportunity to take 2 players from that bucket. It's a calculated gamble, yes, but it's one rooted in an unmistakable sense of urgency. This front office believes the Falcons are not far off. And they are dead set on doing whatever it takes to close that gap. So now I want to know, what do you think, Falcons fans? Was this the right move? Does James Pierce Jr. give you hope that this defense is finally ready to turn the corner? Drop your thoughts in the comments. And this sense of urgency isn't just limited to the defensive line. There's another storyline brewing quietly but intensely within the Falcons roster, one that could have huge ramifications for the future of the offense. It's about Tyler Allgeier. Yes, the same Allgeier who notched an incredible rookie season only to see the spotlight shift dramatically with the arrival of Bijan Robinson. Despite proving himself as a dependable and productive back, Allgeier now finds himself in a precarious position. Entering the final year of his rookie deal, he's staring down the reality of free agency at the end of the 2025 season. And let's be honest, the writing might be on the wall. With a young core and salary cap constraints looming, the Falcons may very well have to make the tough decision to move on from Allgeier rather than paying him market value to stay as the backup behind Robinson. But here's where things get spicy. The Falcons might not be rushing to part ways just yet. Why? Because they believe rookie quarterback Michael Penix Jr. deserves a real shot, a shot with the full arsenal of weapons Atlanta had last season. Giving Penix a year to operate with both Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier in the backfield could be crucial in evaluating how far this young quarterback can take this team. At the same time, the front office is already preparing for the next chapter. Cue Jace McClellan. While most fans might gloss over the third-string running back during OTAs or preseason, the Falcons are paying very close attention. McClellan's rookie campaign was underwhelming, let's not sugarcoat it, with an average of just 2.5 yards per carry and limited touches. But the opportunity in front of him now? Massive. With the financial puzzle pieces clearly favoring Robinson as the backfield centerpiece, the pressure is on McClellan to step up and prove that he can be the guy to spell Robinson in 2026 and beyond. It's simple math. Atlanta likely can't afford to pay both Robinson and Allgeier at market rates. So, McClellan's time to prove he belongs isn't tomorrow, it's right now. The coaching staff knows it. The front office knows it. And trust me, McClellan knows it, too. From OTAs to training camp to the preseason, his reps are under the microscope. Every snap, every carry, every blitz he's caught, it all matters. Because if he falters, the Falcons will be scrambling for answers in the draft or in free agency next year. This situation goes beyond the running back roster. It says a lot about how Atlanta is managing this roster in a way that balances winning now with preparing for the financial realities of tomorrow. It's chess, not checkers. And, Falcons fans, this is where I turn it over to you. How do you see this playing out? Should the team keep Allgeier for one more run, giving Penix every weapon he can? Or is it time to start the transition, banking on McClellan to take the next step? Let us know your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Go Falcons!